Welcome back to my channel. Today we're in the garage again. I'm going to be installing the new air cleaner that I had purchased. Once again, this is the DK Customs Outlaw 606 with the external breather system. I don't know if I'll do both of them in one video or if I'll do them separately. I don't know. But anyways, let's get into it. First things first all the time, let's get the old one off, T27. Okay, now take it off. Okay, and now taking the actual air cleaner off itself, which is again the T27. You have to unhook the line here, the hose in the back. There, I guess that's the external breather that I'm going to replace in, because this actually goes back into the manifold here. So there's the old one. So next you take off the hose here, and then these are the nuts that are holding the other assembly on. So we just have to take this out. You can really see the size of the air that actually comes into the air cleaner from outside. Like, that's not very much room. So yeah, so let's get the socket for these. So these are the bolts that the excess oil comes out. Just give it a wipe down here. So first thing for installing it is actually to come up with where you actually want the catch can to be. Now, I'm not 100% sure where I actually do want it. So what I am thinking I'm going to actually do is I'm going to mount it like right here for now, because it's not going to use a lot of the hose. So that way, if at a later time I do want to change it, one, it's easy access here, and it's semi hidden, and two is if I do want, I can just get the hose at a later time and move it to wherever I want to do it. So for now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to actually put it here for now. I think that that should work. Another thing I should mention is there's a lot of instructions. So every single one of these bags, other than the hose, one for the catch can, another one for the external breather, and then another one for the actual air cleaner itself. So lots of instructions. So it's I wouldn't say it's idiot proof, other than the fact that this idiot here is actually doing it. But anyways, let's get onto the banjo bolts. That's the first thing we have to do. They talk about putting Teflon glue or paste, but I'm just going to use actual Teflon tape instead. They say that's just as good, so I'm going to actually use that. So I've put the Teflon tape on both of the bolts that are going to be going in. So here's the banjo that they talk about. This is what it goes in, and then you have the bolt, you have the banjo bolt and then 2 washers with it. And then on here, there's actually 2 different sizes for the holes. Apparently, it doesn't matter which side you go on, but I do know one of the guys from DK Custom says he likes putting it through the larger size hole, so that's what I'm gonna do. If it's if the guy from the actual shop is doing it that way, that's the way I'm gonna do it. So so basically all it is a washer on each side and banjo bolt right through, and then you're supposed to just put it on, put it in finger tight right now. I guess you tighten it down after, just I guess moving around depending on where you want it. So let's go ahead and put that in here. So just finger tight, and then do the exact same on the next side. So the kit comes with 6 feet of hose that you used for piping here. Now at this point what we do is just kind of rough it in. So like I said, I'm going to put the catch can down here, and so there's going to be a T down here. It comes with 2 T's. It has actually a brass T and then a black one. I'm going to use black because it's not going to stand out like the brass one. So I'm going to just cut a length, so probably about right like that. Now, because of the type of fittings, what they say you can do is just spray some silicone lube in it, just to help it go on. So I'll do that. Right there. And keep fitting down here. There. Now I want the same type of length to go from here to here, so it's in the same location. So I'll just kind of match this up here, about there. There. And then obviously just a little tiny piece for the bottom down here. Huh. That's going to be too close together. I'm going to need to bring that up a bit. Oh. So I think right like that for now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to run that somewhere different than there, because that's I don't know, maybe I guess it depends on once we get the air cleaner on how it's gonna look. But I have a feeling that's going to be rattling around and stuff down there. Where I've seen it on other ones, it's actually just hanging. It's not actually against anything. So I'm going to have to think about where I want to put that. But anyways, we'll leave it there for now. Let's see what's next. So I have changed my mind. I've taken it off. I'm actually going to run it down here and put it down. I guess you can't really see it here. I'm going to put the hose in behind the lifters, bring it down here, and I'm going to tie it in down in here somewhere. I'll attach it to either the frame or this hose here, just so it's out of the way. I don't want it rattling around up here, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run it down there. I did quickly mock it up, and it does seem to seem to work. So I won't bore you with that. It's just a quick running of the hose and then attaching the catch can on the other side. So I won't bore you with that. So the kit actually comes with hose clamps to put on there, or just zip ties. Apparently it doesn't have a lot of pressure on it, so it's probably overkill for it. But I am going to use the black zip ties, so you can't actually see the hose clamps. So I'll go ahead and just zip tie everything down. Okay, so now that I have them all zip tied down, now we have to tighten the banjo bolts. And they go down to 120 to 144 inch-pounds. Not foot-pounds, inch-pounds. They make it very clear. Okay, so we have to install the back plate. Now it comes with two washers that are exactly the same, as well as a spacer for it. So these washers, they have a little groove in here, so there's only one way they will go. So if you try to do it like this, it's not going to go on there. The little groove is for this little area here, so it will only go a certain way. So it's gonna go like that on there. So the way they go, make sure I have them both the same way. It goes one washer, the spacer, another washer, and then the backing plate. And then it comes with I think they're called standoffs. So this will go through all of this and the backing plate onto here. Let me just grab the backing plate. So first things first, I'm actually going to put Loctite on each one of these bolts, blue Loctite. So the way this will go is put the bolt through. Let me just put these aside here. A gasket, bolt through the backing plate, gasket, make sure it's the proper way for it. So that one goes on there. Then the spacer. Then the other gasket, again making sure it's the proper way to go on there. Okay, now I think I should do two of these just to line them up. Make sure the gaskets are aligned. Spacer, gasket. Now you torque it down. It says 40 to 60, so I'm just going to do 50 pounds. Now it says to wait a few minutes just to see, because sometimes the gaskets compress a little too much, so we're just going to leave it like this for a few minutes and then I'll retorque them. Okay, so I did retorque these a couple of times. However, I did run into an issue, and the issue that I actually ran into is I do not have the bolts to go in, the bolts and washers that go in through here into this to hold the actual filter onto the bike. So I've contacted, I don't have those ones, or I don't have the one that goes in here that holds the black finned on there. I don't have that one either. I do have the nylon washer for whatever reason, but I don't have anything else. So I want to finish this off. I don't want to wait. I haven't heard back from them yet, but I'm sure they'll treat me right, and get it back or whatever. So in the meantime, I went out and I got the bolts, the sizing, and everything to be able to put these on. And I'm just gonna finish the install like this, just for the time being. And when I get the proper ones, I'll switch them out. So they're 1/4 inch bolts, 3/4 inches long, and then you just line up so the holes will match. At their shop, they actually lengthen the size of these holes, so they will actually only fit one way. So I thought originally you'd have the Harley Davidson logo up, but the way they've done it, it's off kilter, and this is the way it's going to fit onto this one. As you can see, that's the only way the holes will actually line up. So let's... So the next piece is you put this basically a gasket over top of this to put the outside cover on. Now the one part I did have was the little nylon gasket, or not gasket, nylon washer, and then this just goes right on here. I'm not going to tighten this down too much. Again, I'm going to wait till I get the proper one, but this is going to have to do for now. Make sure that's level. So there's it installed. External breather down here. The catch can I've put down there, and that's the black finned Outlaw 606. It looks pretty good. Quick update. DK Customs did get back to me. So they're going to actually send out the 3 bolts that I'm missing, or the 2 bolts. Sorry, the 3 bolts, the 1 bolt, and the washers that I'm missing. They got back to me really quickly. I had filmed the last part, ran to Home Depot. I emailed them, went to Home Depot, then came back and put it on, and they had already emailed me back that they're going to send it. So they're actually sending it out today. So I figured I'd just let you know. So I'll just have the bolts that I had got from Home Depot on there just for a little bit. I should get it soon. They mentioned it might have been customs going through it, might have missed it out, but regardless, great customer service. And if anyone has any questions about it, let me know. Other than that, thanks for watching.